Hi my scrappy friends, I am back and I am showing you here what I thought was going to be a good idea and it ended up not. So I ended up tossing that idea and then I started fresh with something else. I like this Studio Calico geotag paper and so I picked that. And then I went through my scraps and I found this diagonal piece of paper. I think it's from Dear Lizzie. So I knew right away I wanted to use that whole piece. And then I wanted to have most of my layout kind of contained in that little frame. So that's what I'm going to do. Then I grab some old pattern paper. It's so old that it was that real thin, flimsy. I mean, you can see how flimsy it is, but it's gorgeous paper. And I decided that I really want to try to use up those papers that I have that have been sitting in my stash now for 15 years. And since I can't use it as a background paper, I'm going to use it as just basically a mat under behind my photo. And so that's what I did here. And it ended up looking really pretty with that pretty blue. So I would have done white. However, because my face is at the edge of the photo, the white kind of flushed it all out and just looked really bad. So I definitely needed color to frame this photo. Next I grab Doodlebug Boys Only Collection sticker sheet, and I decided to use those 3 bottle caps as my triangle. And while I'm messing with them, I realize in a few minutes here that I'm going to use that POW one as the one to go up on the top right because of it's right there by the bowling, and so all I could think about is pow, like when the bowling ball hits all those pins, and I just thought that would be a good spot. Then I'm going to fiddle with some, like a journaling card and some labels, and that journal card is from Studio Calico. It has like emojis on it, really tiny, you can't see, and I knew that that would be a good one to put my journaling on. I also pick out a couple of others that have some emojis, some bigger emojis, and then there's that one that says game night where you could put like the score. I almost used that, but then I realized I needed something that has my journaling, that holds my journaling. So I decided to scratch that and go back to the original one that I had picked. Then I grabbed some of these tab sticker sheets, and I have like a whole Ziploc bag full of them. I rarely ever grab them, and I definitely want to start using them and incorporating my layout so I can go through it. And I grab all the ones that have the orange in them, and I knew that would be a good starting off point. So I tried a couple of things. One is that little piece right there with the what do you call it? Like a graph design, I guess, paper, or a grid design, that's what I'm thinking of, grid design paper from L Studio. Didn't work, but I'm now looking at all the other labels and picking out ones that will. Once I peel them off, I'm going to stick them on wax paper, and I have a question for you guys. Please leave a comment below if this happened to you. I stuck the stickers on the wax paper, and usually it's supposed to allow the sticker to be removed, but when I went to peel it off to apply it to my layout, it actually, the wax paper stuck to the back, so I had a little bit of a difficult time. I had to basically adhere adhesive to all the backings of those. So here I'm going to fussy with them a little bit until I get them right where I want them. Then I realized that that chevron label is a little too long, so I am going to cut it in half and use it both pieces to the 2 bottle caps that are in that. I guess you could say it's like an 8x8 size frame. Another thing I want to mention is how I actually picked out the colors. So in the beginning, when I was, I found that geotag paper by Studio Calico, and then I found that scrap piece of paper that was the black and white diagonal stripes. I had already had my base for the neutrals, which was black, white, and gray. So I looked on that sticker sheet, and there's gray in it for one, but there also the dominant colors were orange, blue, green and a navy blue. So when I decided to go with those bottle caps, I picked out two of the colors to represent throughout my layout, which is going to be orange and blue. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Now, in the end, when I put my ink splatters down, I don't have any orange inklings, so I had to use with what I had. And I ended up picking citron and a navy blue. So I end up, to me, I feel like that kind of captures everything, all the color choices that were in those bottle caps, and kind of bringing it all together. Even though they might not be dominant, it just looks like kind of like an accent colors. And so I end up really liking how that ends up and turning out. Okay, so then next here I am adding my 3D foam sticker adhesive. And I'm going to go ahead and have two of them where I use the foam just to give some dimension to the page, because everything at this point is feeling really flat to me. And let's see, what else am I doing? Oh, I'm trying different sizes because the one was really extra thick. You know how the foam has different thickness? And so I definitely needed something that wasn't as thick as the first one. So I'm trying to tone it down, trying different ones, and I end up liking that better. So here I am just adhering I added new sticky glue to the back of that sticker, and then there's my third bottle cap. Next I'm going to grab a Feckled Fawn sticker sheet, and I'm hoping to use some of these phrase stickers to kind of go behind or around my photo, and none of them ended up working out, and it's because the colors that are on my layout, the words or the phrases didn't match what the meaning, and I just didn't want something like a to-do, or, you know, it just didn't, they did not work out, or a thankful. But then I grabbed these puffy geotags. I have only used one of them a long time ago, so I was looking at these, I'm like, how can I incorporate them? And I thought, why not just put them in the actual design of the page? And it turned out so cool looking. I love it. I do end up adding a blue one after I got done filming. I just kind of went back to my layout and thought, you know what the heck, why not just go ahead and add the blue one? It's pretty close in the tones to where most people probably wouldn't even recognize it, that they were a little, that one geotag was a little off tone, but that's all right. So then I grab my title, and it's just going to be Family Bowling. I never get anything creative. Like, I think about it and think about it, and I just don't ever come up with creative titles. Next I'm going to grab some plastic, like ephemera packaging, and I use those to protect my photos. I actually have 3 huge sizes. I have one even bigger than that. It's almost like a 5x7. And that was from a crepe paper, Maggie Holmes, those material frames. And those always work out really nicely to protect my photos from the ink splatters. But those ink splatters are from Heidi Swap Shine. They're from her citron color and navy. And then that's it, guys. I'm calling it good. I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this process video, and I will talk to you on my next process video. Bye.